Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Oh boy. All right, so I think who sent me this one? Was it you, I am Waffles? I can't recall who sent me this one, but this was a it was a sobering find. Um, you know you know the thing about bursting bubbles, right? um, I don't think this lady is as delusional as many of you may think. I think she struggles with reality. I think she knows what her weight means. And if y'all check the link in the description, y'all will see I have the original from Kendra G's channel, and I have Medium Man reviewing it also. And it's this heavy set woman, black woman, I think 39 years old. And I'm gonna review the other video that Medium Man posted. I think it's an African sister speaking. But if y'all check this out, 39 years old. Her name is Marley. She's out of Scottsdale. Um, and I read one comment in Kendra G's comments that a young lady, I think she said she met her man and and got engaged to her man, at least within the past year and a half, watching Kendra G. And at one point she wanted to call in to Kendra G. And she's been with Kendra G since the beginning, I guess, since Kendra G started. And she said she's glad that she never did that. And this lady who is a professional and who's earning this six figures is kind of exposing herself, and she was alluding to this maybe getting in the way of her professional career. um and Lord Lustmus is, was Mr. Z on time today? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right. Fashionably late Haitian over here. Right. Right. So, and Paul Wilson says, due to technical difficulties beyond our control, right? Um, but so she's 39. She's gained weight. She has a torn, I think she said, meniscus. She's gained weight over the past year or so, year and a half. I think she said she's gained 50 pounds. Um, and you can see she's struggling. And I wanted to kind of button up what I was saying earlier with the young lady in the comments who said at one point she wanted to call into Kendra, but she's glad she didn't, and that this lady is kind of exposing herself by doing this, and she was alluding to this might get in the way of her career. Um, and I understand that. What I think this speaks to also is desperation, right? This speaks to desperation. Um, and I really want to stress this. I don't think this lady is delusional. She just don't want to deal with what her added weight and how heavy she was. Even when she was 50 pounds lighter, she was still heavy. The curves might the the curves might have been popping in a way where certain brothers would deal with that, right? So she says she went from a 15-year relationship and then she had a 3-year relationship. She hasn't been in a relationship for 3 years. But the last time she had sex was 6 months ago, 6 to 7 months ago. She said January. Well, we're in August, ma'am. So that's about 6, 7-ish months ago. 7 months ago. Yeah. I ain't even gonna read that out loud, Trail. Right. The lady is having a difficult time coming to terms with what the added 50 pounds plus her age means for her, right? That's what we can see here. What the added 50 pounds plus what her weight was originally, right? What her So let's go through it. She's been single for 3 years. Her last time having intercourse, from what she said, was 6 months ago. That desperation is kicking her in the ass. And Destro says child too, right? Yes, she said a 22-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, right? So that desperation is kicking her in the ass, right? And instead of her coming to terms with what that weight means, and if she can, to try her hardest to get that off. And she might have aged out of potentially pulling another six-figure man. She said both of her men have been six-figure men. The 15-year-long relationship and the 3-year-long relationship. She said she hasn't seen whatever lower class of flight on a plane. I said, excuse me, right? And how many years? She said 10 years, right? Essentially, she's been flying with business class or whatever elite class on a plane. Mr. Z is, average dude, so I don't know nothing about this, right? She hasn't seen, I guess the economy seats. She hasn't seen that in 10 years. Ma'am, nobody cared nothing about that, right? Of course, it was the obligatory insecure man talk, right? So you feel me? Straight coach. Mr. Z don't care nothing about that, right? So, you know, what I find interesting is the difficulty at accepting what is and going from there and knowing what that means for you. Mr. Z got this gut on him now. So Mr. Z ain't heavy, but definitely got this gut on him now. I know what that means for me if I was to come back out here in the dating scene. Oh, wait, Z, you forgot you're a man. You have no choice but to accept reality. Oops. Huh? You don't get to lie to yourself, Z. You forgot. You don't get to be like, well, it's not fair. The type of women I want care about physique. It's shallow. Young. Ma'am, you are a mother. You are 39 years old. You don't get to play these little childhood, little immature games. Because that's what she was alluding to. A man that cares about her weight is somehow some type of immature or shallow. Stop. I just want y'all to these are grown ass people. These are adults. This lady is a mother to a 22-year-old talking the way she does. She earns 6 figures. This is a successful woman, at least financially successful, who's held down a 15-year relationship and a 3-year relationship. Ma'am, stop lying to yourself and hoping that the rest of society will help you lie to yourself. Your weight matters, and you know your weight matters. Come to terms with it, deal with it, and move on. Huh? Come to terms with it, deal with it, and move on. Huh? Just because you're lying to yourself, Miss Marley, does not mean that the rest of society, namely the men, are going to help you lie to yourself. Number one. Number two, even the women in Kendra G's comments were speaking about, wait, how are you telling men what they should like and what their requirements should be? Even other black women, yes, y'all heard right. Oh, God. The sisterhood was even like, I don't know. Huh? Even the sisterhood was like, yeah, you might be asking for too much, girl. You might be asking for too much. You might be doing too much. Right? We ride with the sisterhood all day, every day, but I don't know about this. This one might be too blatant. We can't, rejigger this and reinterpret this for you. I don't know. Huh? Now let's go over some numbers. Scottsdale, Arizona. Jesus Christ. Man, you live in the middle of nowhere. No offense to anyone from Scottsdale. Scottsdale has the black percent of Scottsdale is 2. Yeah, y'all heard right. 2% of Scottsdale is black. 2. Say it again with me now. 2. That's a little over 5,000 people, man. What's the whole black population of Arizona? God damn. And no offense to Miss Marley, this reminds me of Chrissy all over again. To be these weirdos in like these far off places complaining. 5,000. It was a little over 5,000 as of 2022. Yeah, you know, Mr. Z was using his ghouls. It was a little over 5,000 people, ma'am. You live in Arizona as a black woman. You live in Scottsdale, Arizona as a black woman. Huh? And then you live in Scottsdale, Arizona as a darker skinned, heavy set black woman. And you make six figures and you want someone that earns that much or more. Have fun. Have fun. Let Z know how it worked out for you. Have fun. Huh? I'm not saying it's impossible. It's almost impossible. It's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but let me know. I think we should pass this on to the Caucasian Brigade. White dudes, we got somebody for you. Right? And she tried the shaming tactic of essentially implying that you're shallow as a man if you care about her weight. Stop, man. First of all, you said 39, so I heard 40. Huh? So you 40 years old. Your kid is 22. When did you have your kid, ma'am? Uh-oh. Huh? You said, okay, fine. You said 39. 39 with a 22-year-old. Okay, fine. You managed to make six figures anyway. Cool. Right? You managed to make six figures anyway. All right, cool. And now, what you're telling us is that after a 15-year-long relationship and then a 3-year-long relationship, you are demanding a six-figure guy. Fine. You capitulated a little bit on the numbers when Kendra G pressed you just a smidge, and you said, all right, you won't X out someone that earns 75. All right. Now you're around the ballpark of many of us in the Black Manosphere. How many of you would date this lady? Uh-oh. So Mr. Z is not far off for financial requirement, and Mr. Z is not far off for age. I won't do it. Which one of y'all will? Uh-oh. Huh? Huh? It ain't looking good, ma'am. It ain't looking good. 40-year-old. Y'all start throwing out numbers. I'm like serious numbers. How much y'all think she weigh? 280, 300? Huh? When she stood up, what did y'all see there? I don't need to insult you, ma'am. I'm not going to insult your weight. I'm encouraging y'all not to insult her weight in the comments. But, ma'am, you are a grown-ass woman. You're grown with a 22-year-old. Your 22-year-old can make your grandma tomorrow. You said 22-year-old daughter. Your 22-year-old daughter can make you a grandma tomorrow. Ma'am, if you don't come to terms with your weight and the reality of that men aren't checking for that, even Kendra G tried to, no, Kendra G, I mean, hey, Kendra G, remember you started your channel to challenge Kevin. Remember you started your channel to challenge Kevin, right? And now you getting hit with the unrealistic insanity. You getting hit with the delusions. This is a heavy set black woman in the middle of nowhere, Scottsdale, Arizona. Once again, no offense to Scottsdale, Arizona. Mr. Z is being a bit of a elitist. Mr. Z is from Miami Dade County. Huh? So, Kendra G did, from my, if I could remember correctly, from my recollection, Kendra G did not ask the young lady if she had a race preference, right? And then look at like the wizardry she tried to pull with the difference. What was it between standard and preference, or requirement and preference, whatever word she used? Stop, ma'am, Miss Marley. If you don't grow up, you are a six-figure earning mother of a 22-year-old. Stop. We're not going to engage with the delusions with you. We're not. And I mean it. I don't think this lady's delusional for real. Z, you just said she was engaging in delusion. She's not delusional. She just refuses to come to terms with, oh man, this weight will bar me from the type of men that would entertain me. And you damn right. Before we get to the 22-year-old daughter, which, assuming is probably not in your house anymore, but could be, right? Before we get to all of that, man, you got to come to terms with that weight. And she told you her previous dudes were six-figure dudes. We'll see. We'll see if the next one is. Huh? I had to bring this up, and then shout out to y'all for sending this to me. Like, I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, okay, I'll get to it eventually. And then y'all sent it to me. I was like, okay, let's see, right? And I considered reviewing BGS's stream earlier, but Mike They Live popped up, and I was like, look, I can't follow behind that, right? They Live was hitting everybody in the fields. Shout out to all of you that checked out BGS's stream earlier today. I can't follow behind that. Look, I'm listening to it. I'm about to drop a tear, right? Once again, shout out to the Black Manosphere, saving one black male at a time, right? But this to me is very sobering for an adult to not come to terms with what the opposite sex is saying through action. Ma'am, you don't have to accept what we're saying. Fine, you don't have to accept it. Get used to the silent treatment. Get used to being passed over for your slimmer homegirls, white, black, Latina, or otherwise. Get used to it. Huh? Get used to the brothers that do pipe, big women. Get used to them piping you for long enough for you to feel a certain way that they won't make it serious. Get used to it. Because you're the one who said, once again, that the last time you were in a relationship was 3 years ago, but the last time you had sex was 6 months ago. Your words, ma'am. Your words. Huh? So why can't you secure a relationship? You're calling into Kendra G show. That shows something. I want everyone to understand, when you call into these talk shows, you're saying something just by calling in. Dear ladies, you're saying all that I'm not pressed, I'm not bothered type of vibe, and I'm not saying that that's how Marley was speaking. Clearly you are pressed. That's why you're calling into Kendra G show. That's why you're calling into whichever one of these matchmaking shows. Huh? So, Miss Marley, clearly something is not going right. You called in to Kendra G's show. Kendra G's trying to tell you, hey, just how you gun ho about this, about the money thing, just how you have standards and requirements. The men do too, and we keep on calling Kendra G is making the goddamn man's argument. We can't keep on minimizing what these men are saying. Those may not have been her exact words, but that's the sentiment. Kendra G was making the argument, and you couldn't hear it, man, because you know what it means for you. I want everyone to understand this is debate tactics 101. You could smell it. She knows that once she comes to terms with what her weight means to men, it's depressing. It's sobering. So she refuses to accept it. She thinks she can shame men. You can't shame men, ma'am. Huh? You can't shame men. And KMS, give me a second. I'm going to read that in a minute. Give me a second. On the road, right? Huh. And by the way, Eric Deadman, you posted the original, so I never saw the original. And Eric Deadman, he posted I think it was the first comment. And shout out to Eric, right? And Eric posted the comment to Big Back, the original, and I knew it was a brother that I knew it was a brother. I could figure it was a brother, but I didn't realize that he was pretty much singing about himself, and he is a big brother. He is a heavy set brother, right? Huh? And brother is a big back, funny enough. But y'all notice Mr. Z doesn't call women big back. I know how women feel about their looks. It's like everything. Huh? Clearly you can see with Miss Marley, right? There's this weird cognitive dissonance. She just don't want to accept, yeah, your weight matters to men. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, Miss Marley, it matters. White men, black men, Latino men, Asian men. If you don't believe us, then try dating all of them. Oh, wait a minute. That's why you're calling it to Kendra G. Huh? That's before we even mention age. Before we even get there. And the fact that you attempted to minimize what someone in the comments was saying on Kendra G's channel. A black man, a brother was we're trying to tell you something. You don't have to listen. Just watch our feet. Read these Nikes. And that goes to all black women. Dear black women, y'all don't have to listen to nothing black men say. And the newlywed rate of interracial marriage for black men is 25%. Dear black women, y'all don't gotta listen to nothing black men say. Your sons will show you better than they could tell you. Don't worry about it. Huh? Them passport bros will show you. Huh? Many of your sons don't even know what an SYSBM is, and they practicing it. Oops. Huh? Miss Marley, you don't have to care what black men say. Date out. Let me know what them white boys say. Ooh. Let me know what them Latina. You think black men are harsh about weight? Let me know what the white guys gotta say. Date out, Miss Marley. If that's not we didn't speak about race. We don't know if Miss Marley ever was with a white dude. We don't know. Huh? Assuming she wasn't. But Miss Marley, you're in Arizona. White guys falling from the ceiling. Date out. If you think black men have an issue with women's weight, Date the white dudes. Don't even worry about the Latinos. Just date the white dudes. Let me know how that worked out for you. Attempt to date the white dudes, I should say. You're in Arizona. Shouldn't be hard. Huh? Huh. For this, like, this is an adult. The reason why Mr. Z is covering this from this angle is this is an adult. You can see her grappling with the weight, but she's lying to herself and she's hoping that we engage in the lie with her. No, absolutely not. No, we're not helping you lie to yourself, ma'am. For your own good, we're not helping you lie to yourself. What good would that do you anyway? Will it get you a man? No. Okay, then. Lady lying to herself like a mug. Huh? And we'll pause right here. And KMS says, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS says, Z, you're being harsh, hysterical. I love to have a big back right now. Question: what's her 40 time? How's her lateral movement? Does she have a quick first step and great swim technique? My Texans can always use another D tackle. God damn, KMS, you made me read that out loud. I hate that y'all are continuing. Rest in peace, Kevin. I hate that y'all continuing Kevin Samuel's football references. I hate that y'all doing this. God damn, KMS. Right? Because you know Kevin was good for it. You built like a defensive tackle. Right? Oh, man. And Black Uru says, the wise sage says, she said she hasn't been in a relationship in 3 years. She is in full self-denial mode. I agree. But I don't think she's delusional, though. I think she's lying to her. Okay, Z, what's the difference between delusional and lying to herself? I don't think the lie is even working. You can see that comment, whatever comment she read in Kendra G's comment thread messed with her because she know it's true. She just has difficulty just accepting it. Right? She knows accepting it means that, oh man, I'm really not any man that I would desire's first choice. I'm not even the men that I don't desire's first choice. If this lady's earning 6 figures, she's in HR, she's doing whatever she's doing. She says she hasn't been in what economy in 10 years or whatever part of the plane she hasn't been in 10 years. She hasn't flown whatever in 10 years. She has a 22-year-old. She's in BFE, Arizona. Right? Scottsdale, Arizona. She know better. Right? I'm trying to read you guys' comments that I wasn't able to read earlier because I know someone said something about Scottsdale. Let me see. Wait a minute. I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. And Harambe said it. And Harambe says Scottsdale has some of the baddest non-black women in the U.S. And here go the Sevi said sister over here. 6-figure requirement. She said she'll settle for 75,000, right? Huh. Yep. Charles says he has a friend in Phoenix, Arizona. He says that there's no Negroes out there. Exactly. Right? Man. Lion says she got kids. That's an immediate no. No, Lion. A 22-year-old. She's 39. That means somebody had the kid early. If we're doing our math right. Eric Deadman says, you know him white boy smashing Big Keisha to smithereens. Right? She got lips. You think, Eric? You think they just smashing? Let's be honest. You know that Gok 3000. Stop it. You know, right? Toya said Scottsdale catching all type of heat, right? So you from New Jersey. You know how this go, right? Man. So to the lady, I say, look, you got to be honest with yourself in this weight thing. Lying to yourself does not fix anything. Huh. Lying to yourself does not fix anything. And we'll pause right here. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, and KMS continues with seriously, fellas. NFL cook-off. Z. You can see what's on Z's mind right now. And talking about being big and big back. KMS says, seriously, fellas, NFL kickoff is upon us. She got any recent game tape? KMS, the fact that you continuing it. Taxi Squad Broad could make a practice squad. Hashtag are you ready for some football? Not Monday Night Football. not are you ready for some football? Right. Black Uru continues. You imagine? And Black Uru continues. Scottsdale is regularly reported to be the American city that has the most beautiful women. She is in the worst possible market to get any sort of decent dude. Look, you know why that's a bit sad to me and sobering? Because I think about Kanye and I think about Miss West, right? Whenever I think of black women that are around these kind of like model-esque white women, I know it's ripping their psyches to shreds in a way it just doesn't do for black men, right? I know it's ripping them to shreds, especially if they not built like Harris Faulkner or Kenya Moore when she was younger, or Vanessa Williams, or a Beyonce or Rihanna or somebody like that, right? I'm not saying all of them are on the same level. A Kelly Rowland, yeah, right. You know it. You know it's ripping her apart. And she gained this 50 pounds. The men obviously are not checking. That's why she's calling in the Kendra G. So when I read your comment on Black Uru, that's all I could think is Kanye's mom, right? You know that rips black women apart. I can't recall what I was watching years ago. It was a panel of women speaking, and it was one sister, and I want to say it was like 4 or 5 other women. It was like one Asian woman, maybe the 3 or 4 other women were white, and it was one sister, and she was like damn near 2 times the size of the other women on the stage. And I just recall thinking to myself, like, you don't feel a certain way, right? You don't feel a certain way. Like, damn the quote unquote reasons and the excuses and the European beauty standards and the way we think about weight, whatever you got to tell yourself, you don't feel a certain way. Now we know that white women be heavy too. But not like the sisters are. What's the average weight of women in America? I think it was like what 5'4", 169 pounds or something like that. And for black women, it's like 186 or 183. Right? Ma'am, you can't lie to yourself. The reality of the men not approaching you will not allow you to lie to yourself. I know you try to interpret it this way and interpret it that way and interpret it this way, and the proof that the lying to yourself isn't working is that you called in the Kendra G show. The proof that the lying to yourself isn't working is that you felt a certain way about whatever comment you read in watching, well, being on Kendra G show, better yet. You felt a certain way about it. You know how we know you felt a certain way about it? Because you commented on it. Huh? Just like that. Wow. And Longo is saying average white woman is just under 170 pounds. Average black woman is 190. Huh? 190. Black women writ large. Miss Marley specifically. It's not sustainable. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about black men and European beauty standards and colorism and texturism and featureism and body shaming and fat shaming, and you can say whatever you want to say. I don't see anyone else picking y'all up. I mean that literally and figuratively. Uh-oh. Huh? What's going on, Doc? And Dr. Thunder says Kamala's first interview will air on Thursday. It's a joint interview with Zaddy Walls. She can't even do an interview on CNN without a handler. Remember what I said, Dr. Thunder? I don't know if you were there. I think I might have said it on Art New Styles channel. Yeah, it was on Art New Styles channel. Art remember me saying this if he's listening. They're they're gonna hit him with the hardball anywhere where there's gonna be tough interviews. If they gotta go on Fox News or whatever, I would argue that Walls is gonna handle that, right? But the softball, left leaning interviews, they'll send her to that, the easy stuff. But the joint interview, come on now. What are we doing? Training wheels? What is this? So his charisma is gonna shine through. I thought we were supposed to be avoiding the situation like it would have been with Shapiro, right? All right then. Okay. Huh? Right. And we'll pause right here. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Southern Purchase says, and thank you for the super chat. It must be her money because it ain't her face. I need a tip. God, you why? Why are y'all doing this to Z tonight? Right? Why are y'all doing this to Z? Shout out to Nelly. Oh, wait. You know you done messed up Southern Purchase, right? Because Nelly did something with a credit card in that music video. How you supposed to do that to Miss Marley? You gonna lose a whole arm. Oh, huh? You're the one who referred to Tim Jill, Mr. Southern Purchase. You want to lose your credit card? I'm just saying. Black Uru, I'm not even gonna read that out loud. I agree. I agree. Y'all might as well send her out there with bubble wrap. Huh? That mean that y'all keep on doing the faux debates, the faux interviews, right? The practice interviews, and she's doing so poorly that y'all need to have him with her for the real thing. That's horrific. And Mr. Z still stands by what I said before. I still think she could be in the White House. You heard right. That don't stop nothing. How Obsidian say, one monkey don't stop no show. Huh? And Trell says, good thing new cards you can tap instead of swipe. Trell, when we tapping our phones or we tapping the card? Well, you did say card, right? Oh man. Oh man. Shout out. First of all, y'all should have never let Z start using his phone to make purchases because I feel like I'm 10 years younger now. Now I feel young. I purposely put my wallet back in my pocket to use my phone. If I pull my wallet, I'm like, what am I doing? Right? Vic says we tap in the box. Oh. Absolutely. And Black Uru says they're basically playing in our face with this silk press mediocrity. Right? Wait, isn't it sisters? Isn't it black women that keep on talking about white male mediocrity or male mediocrity or men's mediocrity? That was pushed by a lot of women, but particularly black women. Wasn't that one of black women's talking points over the past few years? White male mediocrity? And yet y'all need Mr. Walls to play bubble rap for Kamala? Huh? So, all right then. And we could add that to the conversation. If we have Miss Marley refusing to accept how her weight is detrimental to her dating prospects and potentially marriage prospects, before we talk about the 22-year-old child, or excuse me, the 22-year-old kid, she's not a child, right? Before we talk about that, before we talk about Miss Marley's age within itself, if we're here already without a Kamala as president, what does it look like if Kamala wins presidency? What does it look like? And then what does it look like if she gets reelected? What does America look like then? Huh? What do women like Marley then demand then? Huh? Kamala's not even president. Possibly yet. Huh? And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS says, and y'all excuse my background, Kia Optima with a muffler. Jesus Christ. Well, mufflers, because he got two, is dual. Okay. And KMS says, she's trying to pull rank while she's built. Oh my God, KMS. Trill, I think you gotta handle KMS, because KMS coming for your crown, bro. KMS coming for the crown. And KMS says she's trying to pull rank while she's built like pulling guard, running backside of the center to set up trap play on a second and fourth. B, please. Look, KMS. I can't even say anything to this. I can't. And it makes it worse because she did say she used to play ball. Or she does play ball. Well, she can't play ball now because, of her condition. But man, it makes it even worse. Like the football references, they're hitting because she did say she played ball. That's what makes it worse. Oh man, Jay, everything. I'm not even gonna read that out loud. I'm not even gonna read that out loud. I just want the young lady to lose weight and to come to terms with what her weight means for her prospects. What her weight means for her prospects. Black Widow, I'm not even gonna read that one out loud neither. Right? KMS says I was in the league having ass. Right? I got comedians in my goddamn comment section. That's what I have. In Creole, we say comique. Right? That's what we call comedians or funny, just funny people. Right? Comedians, man. That's what it is. Hey, KMS continues. By the way, yes, I'm being harsh because these chicks either won't buy a man. I should have said that earlier. I was thinking it, but true. And let's read that again. By the way, I'm being harsh because these chicks either won't buy a man or pretend like they don't buy a man. Chick, if you don't purchase a NCAA football 25 or for Thaddeus Thundercock and shut up, bro. So that's the other. Their ego won't let them go into what you're saying, KMS. What did Chris Rock tell us? Ain't nothing dry up the vagina more than opening their wallets, opening up their pocketbooks, opening up their purses. Nothing dries up the vagina more. How old is that joke? It's true. It was always true, and it's definitely true now. Huh? That was a comedian, a rich, famous black comedian that told y'all that. He been knowing. KMS, I said that a few streams ago. I said that a few streams ago. Huh? What's the point of the education and the money and the status? And Black Uru kind of spoke to that also once. What's the point if that the goal is to meet the rich man so you could be kept? What? So you want to be a career woman up until about 28, 30, 32, and then meet the man that's going to retire you so you can be a stay-at-home mom, unless you're one of those women that you want to take years off when the child is first born until they're 5 or 6, but then you're going to have 2 and 3 kids, so that's about 15 years, unless you're going to stair step them back to back to back. Then we still looking at about 7, 8 years, maybe 9. What's the point then? So you're assuming master's degree at the absolute cheapest end, which you're like $60,000 in debt for masters at the absolute cheapest end, which you 50, 60-ish, 70-ish in debt. God forbid you go to law school, you 150 in debt. Right? And once again, this is still not insane um college debt or student loan debt. We still not at $250,000, which, by the way, I know a couple of people at $250,000. Right? Huh. And yeah, KMS, you're right. Does the term pay the cost to be the boss? They don't want to pay though. It makes them feel weird. It makes them feel weird. It dries the vagina right on up. Huh? And it's so overt when they're paying. See, when you paying for 6'3", when you paying for line to slide through, yeah, line, I'm throwing you right under the bus. When you paying for line to slide through, you know you paying. There's no way there's no other way to interpret the fact that you going in your wallet and line got a new PS5 because of you. Right? If you paying Leon to slide through, there's no other way to interpret that. Huh? There's no other way to interpret that. Lion said you couldn't pay me enough. Right? She earned 6 figures, Lion. Right? So they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. Right? Huh. Wait, where's that patriarchal comment? I just saw it and I scrolled past it by mistake. God damn, we got another comment about Kamala. Where did it go? Give me a second, y'all. Wait a minute. Mr. Z messed up with his comments. I'm looking. Oh, there we go. And Big Game says, isn't it patriarchal for her to be the only president interviewing with her male vice president? They go that white patriarchy that they keep on telling us that they're trying to destroy and get away from, rearing its ugly head again. Uh-oh. Huh? Say that. Huh? Trill says she needs to flew out some BBC, right? Put Terry McMillan in. Huh? Just hope that and make sure that Buddy Rowe ain't, rainbow. That is Mr. Z's biggest issue tonight. You first off, you live in BFE nowhere, Arizona. Then you live around the white folks. Then you're heavy set. Then you don't want to accept what that means for your dating prospects, right? Then you're attempting to shame men, black men, about their standards, requirements, etc. Then you essentially try to speak on black men's supposed insecurity or men's supposed insecurity because of how much you earn, right? Say that. And Black Guru says when it's white men and non-white women, the patriarchy is fine. Say that. The same people that be railing against the patriarchy want white men to come and da-da-da, right? Say that, and this is my point exactly. And Telescope says, say what you will about Trump, at least he doesn't need his Veep to hold his hand, shield him when he appears before the press. Understand what it looks like for Trump to go to the NABJ and have those women grilling him and being quite antagonistic, if we're going to be honest. Have those black women grilling him and being quite antagonistic and, to be honest, just straight up disrespectful. And then think about on the other end, Kamala got to come out here with the bubble wrap. Mr. Walls. Right? And the fact that his last name is Walls and he's literally putting up a wall to protect her. I'm saying, from what exactly? You know, the press that's pretty much on your side anyway. Huh? And KMS says it's about optics. Walls, they're white woman on the fence voting wise. Zaddy's here. I'll make sure Kamala stays in line. Yeah, right. Lord Luxman says I have a strong feeling that Terry McMillan knew Homeboy was a rainbow. Lord Luxman, look, Lord Luxman is Jamaican. I I've been around Jamaicans my entire life. I've been in the Caribbean community literally my entire life. Ain't no way she ain't see it because I was a Lord Luxman. I was a kid. I saw that interview and I was like, ain't no way you don't see what. Is it just me? I was a kid. Like, is it just me? It's something ain't right, right? Black Widow. I'm not gonna read that out loud. That's hysterical, right? Huh? Ain't no. There's no way that Terry McMillan didn't know. And let's say, for argument's sake, if we want to be straight jacket level generous, right? And we want to be straight jacket level generous. Maybe there was a cultural clash, and she just thought, okay, he's Jamaican, so maybe the way they express masculinity is different. BS, because look at all the other Jamaican men around you. I've been around Jamaican men my entire life. Even the most chill Jamaican man ain't sweet. Huh? Even the most nonchalant Jamaican man is not sweet. Huh? Terry McMillan got what she wanted. You didn't want to be over here with Boss Hog, ADOS, FBA men. You thought you earned too much and you had too much status to deal with ADOS, FBA men. You weren't going to lower yourself for them. So you went to Jamaica and you went and bought you a dude. And your picker was so off that you picked the most flaming ass dude on the whole goddamn island. I'm just saying. Huh? I'm just every time I think about that story, it's insane to me. There's no way. Terry McMillan, look. And Black Uru says, I damn near got diabetes seeing how sweet that dude was. Even Oprah was side-eyeing the hell out of Terry of Oprah during that farce. Yeah. She tried to buy a dude. And look, I've been around Jamaicans my entire life. If she would have picked any other dude on the island, any straight dude on the island, even with the money, there's certain things that Terry just could not pull. Right? Miss McMillan could not pull. There's just certain things Miss McMillan, she just could not do. Money or not. And I'm not even gonna say what some of them brothers would have been on if she would have been too extra with the disrespect. Y'all already know. I've been around Jamaicans my entire life. I've been around Jamaican men my entire life. That money would not stop them from going there. And I ain't even gonna tell y'all what there is. Y'all got an imagination. Huh? So, hey, I seen those Terry McMillan interviews. She a firecracker. Yep. Nope. Right. And a split Jim says, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And a split Jim says, she made her choice, lifestyle over a man, and although she is qualified, she is DEI, and she thinks everything she has been afforded through that can apply to her desired outcome. Possible basis for her denial, I think. Okay. This actually opens up a whole different, and thank you for that, split Jim. This actually opens up a whole different conversation, and I've said this before. I need to start saying this again. A slight difference in treatment can cause a chasm in perspective, and because of Black women's access through career, because of college, because of university, they forget they're Black. Like, they're reminded that they're Black, but they forget that they're Black. Mr. Z, how can you have two at the same time? I know. Right? And so, like, she's in Scottsdale, Arizona, of all places. Right? Whether she was born and raised there or whether she went there for career and whatnot, but okay, fine. You're in Scottsdale, Arizona. You gained an extra 50 pounds on top of whatever weight you were before. Ma'am, I saw you even if you lost the 50. So you gained 50 pounds on top of whatever you weighed before. And instead of coming to terms with that, I'm going to continue to say this. Instead of you coming to terms with what that means for you, fine, be selfish, for you and your dating prospects, and your ability to secure a man, fine, we're not even going to bring race into it. Secure a man. You rather go on Kendra G's show, which speaks to your desperation, or at least that whatever you're doing isn't working. You rather go on Kendra G's show and attempt to shame the men about overlooking you because of your weight. Then you go a step further and tell us, or lie to yourself and attempt to get others to lie to you, right? That you don't subscribe to whatever your weight being an issue. You don't subscribe to that. And these are her words, right? She don't subscribe to this being, ma'am, it doesn't matter what you subscribe to. You're not the one attempting to appeal to yourself, ma'am. That's not how that works. Even the Black women in Kendra G's comment section were like, wait a minute, you trying to tell the men what they should like? Grow up, Miss Marley. Right? Grow up. Huh? You're an adult. You are the mother to a 22-year-old. And here you are lying to yourself. Ma'am, clearly the lies are not working well enough because you felt a certain way when you read whatever comment that was from whatever assuming Black man that was about your weight. Clearly the lying to yourself isn't working. That's why you're calling it to Kendra G. Huh? And Telescope says, and this is what I'm trying to emphasize. Telescope says, being an overweight Black woman in Scottsdale is like being a mini-me at an NBA slam dunk exhibition. And that's why I brought up Kanye's mom earlier. That's why I said what I said earlier, that you know it is ripping her to shreds because those white dudes see her as asexual, and you know they do. You are a heavier set. You are a heavy set black woman that earns six figures. Ma'am, you invisible to them white dudes. Unless you are overtly offering up Gok 3000. You live in a city with 5,000 black people. 5,000. 2% of Scottsdale is black. Huh? What, you know what? Let's do this right now. Let's look up the percent of black people in all of the state of Arizona. Give me a second. We doing that right now. Let's find out. We're looking 327 million. I mean, I said 327 million. Sorry, 327,000 as of 2022, right? Which is about 4.8, so 5% is what it's showing me here, right? Huh. Oh, sorry. Actually, it's 3.4%. So 3.5% when they count non-Hispanic black people. Because those Afro Latinos are not looking for black women. Let's be honest. So if we're gonna be 100% honest, 3.5%, because those non-black Latino men are not looking for black women. They're not looking for ADOS, FBA, or any Americanized black women. Come on, let's be honest. But even if we're gonna be generous, so 5% of the entire state of Arizona, 4.8%. I'll give you the extra 0.2%. 5% of Arizona. Ma'am, the white dudes ain't checking. I know they not. You want to know how we know? Because you called in the Kendra G show. That's how we know. Lose the weight, ma'am. Come to terms with the weight. Lose the weight. Then we can talk about your age and that 22-year-old. Huh? Huh? You live in Scottsdale, Arizona, of all places. Talking about what you, talking about your six figures and that you haven't been, and I want to say economy. She could have said anything else, but talking about you haven't flown economy in 10 years. Who cares? Huh? Man. And Telescope says whenever she makes a move at a Scottsdale white boy, they put their fingers in their ears and close their eyes and say la 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 la. Once again, the dating divide. Let's go back to the dating divide, right? And once again, split Jim. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Um, the dating divide told us already. The dating divide said when people of color make advances towards white folks ignore them. So for the most part, when men of color make advances on white women, they ignore them. When women of color make advances on white men, they ignore them. So you imagine you're a heavier set black woman in Scottsdale, Arizona. Telescope, you 100% right. We know what them white dudes are on. Huh? In Vegas, that's sad. That is actually sad. And Vegas is they be out here in Vegas walking in groups on the strip. Not a soul in this city checking for them. That's sad. Isn't that what Life with Bree, is that the name of her channel? Life with Bree? I think it was Life with Bree. The young lady we reviewed the last week, isn't that what she said? Like essentially, don't tell her to pretty much chill with her homegirls, and that's gonna make up for romantic love, right? The girl squad and the girlfriends and the girl trip and the sisterhood is gonna make up for romantic, intimate relationship. And good on her for just killing that and deading that from the beginning. Because Bree, that's exactly what they would hit you with. That's exactly what black women would hit you with. Girl, you don't need no man. You got your homegirls, and just rely on your network. Because that's what they lie to themselves and pretend to themselves that they're okay with. And they be dying inside too. Crying themselves to sleep at night. Lifetime movie in the background. Huh? Wow. OPW, I ain't even gonna read that out loud. Hysterical. Right? That's sad. Oh, by the way, that was Vegas Dev, and let's read that again. Actually, y'all give me 1 second. Okay, and Vegas Dev says, and let's read that again. They be out here in Vegas, walking in groups on the strip. Not a soul in the city checking for them. That's sad. That's sad. Dear black women, dear black women. Ah, right. That's black women are the ones that's telling black men they got to do better. Remember, the swillers and divestors have been walking around social media with a goddamn blowhorn for years, a decade, for years, more than that, for years, telling every black woman to date out and telling every black man how they ain't ish. And in reality, it's exactly what Vegas Dev said. We know it, and Miss Marley proved it. That's why she's calling it the Kendra G show. Huh? Calvin Rogers says, why don't she get a Princella and call it a day? Say that. Huh? That's hysterical. Say that. And we've seen black women do that and then tell you can't help who you love. Oh, I didn't know that I was bisexual, but I guess I am now. When I really started thinking, I'm bisexual, and stop. The men you want don't want you, so now you're bisexual. Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? And KMS is right. Homegirls just don't want to buy the white dude in Scottsdale. So there you go. Dear Miss Molly, buy the dude then. Buy you a man, whether he's you got Latinos. What's the population? Let's go over it again. Hispanic population of Arizona is 32%. 32% of Arizona is Latino, or at least Hispanic. Let's say it better. Hispanic. Y'all even got indigenous out there, right? American Indian slash Alaska Native. They're not. Well, they're not in Alaska like that. I mean, Alaskans are not in Arizona like that. But Indigenous, y'all got 3.5%, right? Actually, a little bit more. It's 3.7%. Huh? Say that. And Lord Lusman says, Keisha's black women, right? Black men, stop approaching us. We are not here for you. Black men, okay. Keisha's black women. Do black men even like black women anymore? Black men, raised eyebrows. Say that, right? And Black Uru says, because it's true. Black Uru says, she could not afford a decent white man in Scottsdale. She don't make that much money, right? But here's the thing though, Black Uru, we can't pretend like black women don't be spending on white dudes and getting caught talking to us about how great these dudes are and how they take care of them, and then we find out you out here being bill paymaster extraordinaire, right? Vegas says they're gonna start having to sponsor some of these migrants if they want a man. Say that. There you go, black women. Y'all can make it work with the immigrants. Buy them, right? And Southern Purchases, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Southern Purchases. I remember when Uru said on your last live that a lot of women will bang themselves into the future. By my sis told me all of her friends are having nervous breakdowns weekly. I would argue black women have painted themselves into a corner so bad. I really think it's a ticking time bomb. That's why I continue to tell y'all I foresee one day, unfortunately, a black woman walking to uh, uh, a venue that has pretty much predominantly black men and airing it out. I think they have painted themselves into a corner, and I don't think they're built to handle what they've done to themselves, what they made themselves, and what they refuse to make themselves. I don't think your average black woman fully appreciates what black women are right now in America. We keep on seeing the successful black women, the Simone Sanders, air quotes successful, the Kamala Harris, the Michelle Obamas, the Oprahs, right? The Susan Rice, the Condoleezza Rice, etc., right? Um, um, B just played Nina Turner the other day. Nina Turner. We keep on seeing these type of black women, Brianna Joy Gray, and etc. Meanwhile, the masses of them are one more issue in life away from deleting themselves or drinking themselves into a coma or being an antidepressant addict. Miss Parker, Ooh. Okay, focus. Sorry, Miss Z. Oh, god damn. Anyway, we must stay focused. We must see that be the issue right there. That be the issue right there. I wish I could see what I saw. Anyway, moving along. I really do think your average black woman doesn't appreciate the position they're in. Why did I choose that word? The position they're in, right? So yeah, that breakdown weekly, the stress is real. The financial heartache, the financial issues are real. It's real. It's real. And to decide to go it alone because you're throwing a temper tantrum, because you don't want to air quote settle, well, that comes at a cost. And your sanity might be one of the cost. When you're doing the who wants to be with average anyway, black men are not on my level, swirler divester thing, you being the pass around for white dudes or Latino dudes, or maybe even brothers, right? All right, then. That comes at a cost. Huh? You doing your it's all about the sisterhood thing and the sisterhood matters more than black men? Isn't that literally we heard Bowser say out of her own mouth? No matter what type of romantic situation she is in it, and I'm paraphrasing, that the sisterhood comes first. All right then. And I want your man to remember that forever. Whoever, if y'all still together, I think y'all still together. I want him to remember that. She said this. She literally said, "Homies over hoes." Huh? So to Mr. Bowser, your lady said MOE. Money over everything. That's what she said. Huh? She said bros over hoes. She's talking about other black women over you. Just remember that. Huh? Exactly. And Black Uru says, even the black women who make good money are emotionally burdened by carrying the full cost of everything alone. It tears up their hypergamous entitlements. Say that. Right? The homies over dusties. Say that. With the spears and all. With the type of regalia that the whatchamacallit had on Wakanda Forever and Black Panther, right? The homies over everything, I guess. Right? Oh, actually, I highlighted the wrong thing. And here we go. And Leonardo says, when black girl magic goes wrong. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Exactly. And once again, Southern Purchase, thank you for the super chat. Right? But yeah, no, that's when girl magic goes wrong. And to Miss Marley, I say, Miss Marley, once again, lose the weight. Come to terms with the weight being an issue, being a hindrance to your own progress. You are the one attempting to secure a man. You are the one. This is for your own good. And shaming men will not work. It's not working. That's why you're on Kendra G's show. That's why you felt a certain way about the comment you read. Right? You should care. And you should subscribe to what black men are saying for your own good. Huh? So on that note, y'all, and once again, Mr. Leonardo, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Calvin Rogers says it's too late to apologize. Right? Man. Now I'm thinking about the song. So on that note, y'all, we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content. I think Art New Style should be streaming it a little bit if he's not already. Y'all go check out other non-manosphere content for the love of God. Um, and so we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. To Miss Marley, I say for your own good. We were talking about mental health just a minute ago. For your own mental health and for your own good. For the love of God. Lose the weight. Come to terms with the weight being an issue. Lose the weight. And nobody cares about your goddamn money. It's a plus. Dear women, and maybe Mr. Z needs to rephrase this. It's not that your money don't matter. It's that it's a plus. And for the most part, yeah, it kind of doesn't matter because you're not going to spend it on us. And Low Volume L says, what is Art of New Style's channel? No, it's Art New Style. It's Nustal. So maybe I'm saying it wrong. That's why. But yeah, so Art and then Nustal. Nostal. Maybe because I'm saying it, I'm pronouncing it the wrong way. So yeah. All right. Look at a black man being a black man. He said, or did I say it correctly? See, you see that? Yeah, exactly. Just like that. Yes. Nustal. And this is what I'm saying, Trell. And Trell says, it doesn't matter if she ain't spending on me. That's what, like, when they bring these things up, you're just like, but what? How does that even matter? Right? So on that note, y'all, we'll pause right here for real. Truly, yeah, have a great rest of y'all night. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. Art should be streaming right now, so y'all go check out Art. Shout out to They Live. That was a touching ass reason for him to go up to BGS earlier. That was a touching story. You know, brother got his son in playing basketball overseas. All right. So that was great. Spain Man left me a link to look up. Give me 1 second, Spain Man. Give me a second. Let's see if we can get this. Okay, give me a second. Come on, YouTube. YouTube moving slow. Okay, I got it. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah. So he gave you Art New Style. So there you go. Low Volume L. That's the link for Art New Style's channel. All right. So yeah, and he's live right now. Perfect. And Spain Man said he's live right now. Perfect. Right. So yeah. So yeah, we'll pause right here, and maybe we need to start speaking about women's mental health because I suspect they're going to be shattering all over the place, particularly black women, right? Because as Bree's 24 years old. Y'all let a 24-year-old pretty much tell y'all, yeah, I can't make up for a lack of romantic love with the sisterhood. She's 24, sounding more wise, right? Sounding wiser, right? And more honest with herself than those of you that's 40 and 50 and 60. Embarrassing. So we'll pause right here, truly. Y'all have a great, great rest of y'all night. All right, y'all. Mr. Z out.